Welcome to another post and podcast, Nourishing Reality with Salima. Nourishing and manifesting the heart mind, an invitation for you to nourish dispositional optimism, part 1. How we engage with others or how we engage with ourselves really reflects how we engage with others, truthfully, and also with the practices of well-being and connection as a whole. Offering this prompt and the theme for this piece forms part of a two-part series in exploring our three heart minds, taken from the Zen philosophies, together with the most recent findings from neuroscience in cultivating dispositional optimism. The seed sown from a recent gathering I attended at the Upaya Zen Centre on the practices for gratitude and generosity about 3 weeks ago now, just prior to me going on my travels to Costa Rica. So that's why I haven't been posting for a while. Interestingly, in observing myself prior to joining this discussion, I noticed my ego whispering its thoughts in my ear. What can this discussion give me that I don't already know? Can I be bothered to attend? Basically, because I've been a fan of manifestation for a while. However, after the hour and a half, I came away with a completely different understanding and a changed perspective on gratitude and generosity and their connection to manifestation. Unfolding with stories from others, I began to recognize how gratitude can enable us to maintain a healthy disposition in the mind. As we continued our discussion, we also looked at the challenges of embracing gratitude, especially when things are not going quite so well in life. In other words, when we're faced with traumatic or impossible situations, how can we be grateful then? Navigating the roller coaster of life's landscape can be challenging, but perhaps our superpower lies in the ability to find balance and acceptance between the positive and the negative. In other words, taking the middle path, taking and sharing and processing equal time in both can foster the attitude of staying open and accepting. And I know it's not always easy. However, psychologist Susan David, author of Emotional Agility, believes that it's fundamental to our mental well-being to be able to master this skill and attitude. Scientific research has hinted that practices and attitudes that harness this kind of mindset, referred to lately as dispositional optimism, has the power not only to improve overall mental well-being, but also protects your heart health too. We often talk a lot about our brains and our minds, but often forget to consider how our hearts fare in navigating this balance. Manifestation. Does it exist? Whether you believe in manifestation or not, I guess it really all comes down to your understanding and perception of what manifestation means. In our current world, you wouldn't be out of place for wishing for better times. Recently, I've been reading some interesting concepts taken from the latest neuroscientific research on cultivating habits around expecting good things/outcomes. As a long-time practitioner of both Eastern and Western science and philosophies, I'm extremely curious on how our minds and hearts can rewrite our narratives. So, what does the science say? Recent findings tend to indicate that manifestation, as we've come to now know it in the present climate, does not really exist. However, our ability to make a regular practice of connecting with what we want to bring forth, feeling it, talking it, and visualizing it, can, in actual fact, elicit certain chemistry neurologically as well as emotionally, making our vision more likely to occur. A key factor, however, is this ability to stay buoyant with what is, And that is the balance of walking the middle path. Nonetheless, the trap of manifestation is that we can sometimes be so focused on the results we want to achieve that we lose the feeling that things will work out. Quite an important part. So, manifesting from the Eastern perspective. When we lean into some of the teachings from the East, we are reminded of the powerful influence of how the heart and mind working together shape our experiences. We see that in Buddhism, we also see that in Hinduism. Rather than focus on material gain, something that Western manifestation is known for, the Eastern teachings then advise us to know ourselves first as the important step so that we may then come into alignment with our visions more truthfully. Neuroplasticity in manifesting. In spending time getting to know and work on yourself, you are already changing the neuroplasticity of your brain. Perhaps then this is one of the reasons that ongoing personal development and being a lifelong student is so important for all of us. It allows us to continually explore and revisit our patterns of behavior/habits, facilitating healing where needed, and in the process making us more open and available. Dr. James Doty, his research findings suggest that adaptation, repetition, and intention are all key players when it comes to the brain forming new pathways and being able to banish old habits and thinking that no longer serves us. In doing this, then, we can create more grey matter in the areas of the brain that enables learning, performing, and manifesting. He then goes on to highlight how attention and awareness are the two key elements that are equally important to manifest consciously, as manifesting without proper care and attention can lead to unsuccessful outcomes. Therefore, the practices of mindfulness, which cultivate these two superpowers, can help us successfully lay and embed the foundations in our subconscious mind of what we would like to see, have, or achieve. In other words, nourishing our reality does not mean that everything you envision will automatically come to you, but that's okay. There's always normally a reason that reveals itself somewhere along the path why something didn't quite work out. So, I wanted to share some extracts from Roshi Joan Halifax, PhD, Buddhist teacher and head teacher of the Upaya Zen Centre in New Mexico, from our gathering a few weeks ago, as well as some of my own words I've added in to nourish your heart as well as your mind in the following deepening the heart, gratitude, and manifestation practice. So, let us take a comfortable seat. Place your hands in cosmic mudra or hands on the heart. If you have a mudra that you would like to use, please feel free to use that. If you don't know what mudras are, and we won't go into it here, you can just rest your hands on your thighs or your knees, palms down, always really good for calming and bringing you to a sense of centering and balancing. Once you've chosen your hand position and you are in a comfortable seat, make any last minute adjustments to clothing, hair, or whatever you're sitting on so you don't get distracted by that. Then start to welcome a deeper awareness to your breath. As you do that, you're inviting your heart to become easy. And that in itself is a gift. That which has supported you so far in life. Take a moment now to feel your precious heart and its unique vibration. As you do so, you cultivate a greater availability to connect to all things, all beings, and a sense of gratitude will wash over you. Now, repeat and affirm the following. May I be grateful for this life. Whatever has been given to me, it has been given. May I be grateful for those in my life, old, new, and indifferent. May I be grateful for those lessons that have been given to me hard, scary, happy, and sad. May I be grateful for the gift of this day. May I be grateful that I have the heart, mind, and body to serve. And now just sitting with that for a moment. Now feel what a generous heart and mind gives us, what it can give others. Know that gratitude and generosity are siblings of each other. Give life to life. Don't be driven by fear, hate, jealousy, and preferences. That concludes that very short but deepening the heart gratitude and manifestation practice, and this part one of 2 posts. In the next post, we'll focus on diving a little bit deeper into the 3 heart minds, something that I was studying whilst in Costa Rica with my teacher, Elena Brower. Nourishing Reality is supported by readers and listeners. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for you reading and listening and sharing. Everything here is freely offered without paywalls. So please consider a paid subscription or a one-time donation to support my writing. Paid subscribers get access to online circles. Founding members have access to a complimentary guidance and encouragement session of 30 minutes. To receive new posts and support my work, please consider becoming a free or paid subscriber. Until next time.